What's the story, lads? Welcome back to GA Fan TV. Carlow have beaten Wexford 212 to 211 at Netwatch Cullen Park. And this is the match reaction, of course, after a huge win in the end for Carlow. It was certainly a very close game going into the closing few minutes there. Certainly Wexford had actually turned the tide. Actually, they turned it around. They actually led by 4 or 5 points going into the final 15 to 20 minutes. And if it wasn't for a goal by John Murphy, actually, in the closing minutes, a long ball by Dara Foley, and John Murphy flicked it into the back of the net. And actually, John Murphy, the centre-back, actually scored an absolute cracking point as well, actually, to level the game late on. So what a win in the end for Carlow. It looked like Wexford were, turning the tide a little bit after that, very disappointing defeat to Waterford last weekend. But in the end, what a huge win for Carlow. Disappointing for Wexford. I think they definitely showed a lot of positive signs, I thought, in this game. I was very impressed in particular with Sean Nolan, who scored 1-1. I thought he was fantastic in particular in the second half. He did a really well-taken goal. Dahi Waters, who came off the bench as well, showed a lot of promise. Mark Rossiter hit 4 points. He was quite bright. So very impressive stuff there. And Liam Coleman actually got on the score sheet as well. It was a really well-taken goal in the first half. But in the end, of course, Carlow were the ones who got the victory. And I suppose we'll run through some of the big talking points from this Division 4 South clash. Certainly starting out in the game, Carlow were by far the more impressive. They actually hit 1-3 without reply in the opening few minutes. It was actually a really well-taken goal by Jordan Morrissey of Carlow. And Paul Broderick in particular was fantastic throughout this game, really dictated the flow of the play. And obviously you could tell, just from looking at him playing, he was fantastic throughout the pitch and really dictating what Carlow were doing. And Dara Foley as well, I was really impressed with him. Hit 1 or 2 really well taken points. One of them actually from the outside of his boot late on in the first half, which was very impressive stuff. And look, listen, if Wexford had started this game a little bit better, they very well probably should have won this game. They actually didn't score their first point until the 19th minute, and that was actually a really well taken point by Tom Byrne. And you can tell by both teams that confidence is just a huge thing for both Carlow and Wexford. Like when Wexford were playing with confidence, when they got the goals from the likes of Liam Coleman and from, of course, the likes of Nolan as well, you could tell that the confidence was there and they were kicking brilliant points and they were dictating the flow of the game. But as soon as John Murphy got that goal for Carlow, you could see that Wexford very much struggled. They struggled to really kind of grab back the game, and they're really the game was almost crying out for someone to take the game by the scruff of the neck. And when there was a late point as well, of course, by one of the Wexford substitutes, and they actually went in front in injury time, you were thinking surely they're going to go on and win the game. But of course, like I was saying before, John Murphy, who was also black-carded in this game quite incredibly as well. So a very busy day for the centre-back, getting a goal, of course, as well, scoring 1-1 in total. And yeah, Dara Foley, like I said, was fantastic. Probably man of the match, in my opinion. I thought he was fantastic. Kicked 1 or 2 really brilliant points, and of course, assisted the goal as well of John Murphy. So really impressive stuff from him. And yeah, just kind of going back to the first half and some of the events there, like Rossiter and Byrne were fantastic at times for Wexford. They hit 5 points without reply actually towards the end of the first half, and that really did turn the tide. And Wexford were actually pressing Carlow quite high up the pitch when Carlow had the ball, and Wexford just kept turning them over time and time again. Carlow were going very short from their own kickouts, and they were being punished time and time again, and that was actually why Wexford were able to turn the tide, in particular late on in the first half. There was another kind of big chance as well for Owen Nolan actually in the first half, and like it was kind of the story of the game. Wexford had so many goal chances. They'd won late on goal chance as well by John Turby, who came off the bench, and this was another opportunity in the first half when of course Sean Nolan ran through, forced a brilliant save, of course, by the goalkeeper Kieran Cunningham. Of course, placing it low, and it was a really well taken save. Jordan Morrissey got a black card as well, the Carlow goal scorer on the 29th minute, and that certainly allowed Wexford just to gain a bit more momentum late on, and in particular early in the second half. But like I said before, Wexford were very much in control at the start of the second half, kicked some really well taken points, from the likes of John Turby, who came off the bench, and obviously that Sean Nolan goal, like in the 40th minute, just really well taken. Dribbled around 2 players before putting it in the back of the net. Just a really well taken goal. And you really felt that Wexford were going to win this game. They were in control. They were dominating possession. They were dropped very deep, Wexford, as well. So it was going to take a bit of a miracle for Carlow to really find a way to get back in the game. And that's actually what happened. Like I said before, Darragh Foley with a long ball in, flicked on by, of course, John Murphy, the centre-back. And from there, it was really, really scrappy. Like, both teams were going at it. It was really up for grabs. It was a matter of who was going to take the game by the scruff of the neck. And in the end, it was, of course, that man, Darragh Foley, who, like I said before, probably man of the match, in my opinion, with his couple of points that he scored in the game as well. Just really impressive stuff from him. And Wexford, had some big chances late on. Owen Porter, who came off the bench, had a huge chance in the 67th minute, put it wide. Same again for Daithí Waters on the 69th minute, who put it wide as well. And just looking through some of the scores on the day for Carlow, Paul Broderick with 5 points, fantastic. Jordan Morrissey, of course, with 1-1. And Darragh Foley, like I said, 1-4 from midfield is just exceptional stuff. And some really well taken frees as well. Of course, just 4 points. He didn't get on the score sheet from a goal, but of course, 4 points, very impressive stuff. Of course, from Darragh Foley, and yeah, it does leave some interesting permutations. Of course, for Division 4 South, it leaves Carlow and Waterford actually in the top two in the end. It was really up for grabs there, kind of in the closing minutes. I'm sure Waterford fans were watching on late on to see how their county would, of course, get on. Would they, of course, get into the top two, or of course would they finish third? And in the end, Wexford's mishap, of course, late on allowed Carlow to secure, or allowed Waterford, of course, to secure a promotion playoff. I don't think either of these two sides will be promoted. I have to be perfectly honest. I think Wexford, they had the opportunity to put this game to bed, and on another day they probably would. If it's an Antrim or a Sligo or a Louth, I could see them beating Carlow and both Waterford as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, cheers anyone who tuned in. This has been the match reaction after Carlow have beaten Wexford, of course, 2-12 to 2-11 at Netwatch Cullen Park in this Division 4 South clash. Do let me know down in the comments below if anyone watched the game. What did they think? Of course, who was the man of the match? And yeah, match reactions, of course, to follow later. Of course, Armagh are playing Donegal, Tyrone are playing Monaghan as well. And those Division 1 clashes will be very, very interesting indeed. So yeah, cheers anyone who tuned in, and I'll see you later.